Good morning, everyone. Oh, last trading day of the month. Hey, Bitter, how you doing? Black Swan, what's up? Good morning, good afternoon, wherever this finds you. Hey, Rasto, what's up, Nano? Kevin, forget about it. What's going on? Hey, Dan, what's up, Joe? Raj, what's up, brother? How you doing? Oh boy. Oh, I took two trades today. One was a little scalp that you guys saw me take a short scalp. That was like for a point and a half. The other trade I took was this look below and fail. And yeah, it's just real simple, really, really simple trade. And I took it in here. The trade I took was a look below and fail. Big surprise, right? So when it looked below 66.99, consolidated and failed, then I went long at 6,700 and a half. And I took on 10 here with 10 contracts. Now, this is how I used my stop. I had 5 to stop out at 99.5 and the balance down here at 98. Just so I would manage my risk with size. So I went long 10 here. Soon as it got to 3.5, I was gone. So I was long 6,700 and a half on 10, and I let them have it at 3.5. 3-point trade. 10 contracts, done. And now I'm not going to push my luck. I'll scalp with the micro. I've made my daily bread. So, just so you guys know, I know everybody wants to hold trades longer. Everybody wants to hold trades for 30, 40 points. That's a $1,500 trade on 10. If I'd done 20 contracts, that's a $3,000 trade. And it's about as simple as it can get. Life does not get more simple than that. The business reason for the trade to go long is the sell orders under 99.5 are done. The sellers don't have to sell under 99.5, so they get to sell higher, right? Buyers are there. It's a simple, simple way to do business. Is it easy? Well, I tell you what, if you practice it a whole bunch of times, it is easy after some time. At first, it's not easy. Nothing is easy when you do it at first. Right? I've never seen anybody sit down and who's naturally talented at trading, who's never traded, you sit them down and they make 5 grand in a day. They might get lucky here and there, but I've never seen it, and I've never seen it consistent. So, work at it, practice at it. We're going into the final quarter. Today is the end of the month, end of the quarter. We start a fresh month tomorrow. Fresh month, new quarter. Ask yourself, if you are not consistently profitable, if you're going through boom and bust cycles, if you're not managing your risk, if you don't know why the business reason for a trade exists, the simple, common sense, practical aspects of a business, please come spend some time with us at thetradingsyndicate.org or contact me for one-on-one coaching, because this is the last 3 months of the year that we're going into. Ask yourself, do you really want to futz around chasing all sorts of just crazy stuff that doesn't work, right? Making emotional mistakes. This way, my risk, I knew that I could go size in because it was getting close to an inventory correction time. Because at that time, around 1 o'clock, is when inventory usually starts to collect, right? And that trade was available not just here, 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 right? Even here. So the trade repeated itself a few times. I knew that there was a seller here. So I knew to sell before 3.5. Just get out. You know? If you want to make your life easy, if you want to make money, give me a shout. Be happy to help. Right? It's about as simple as it gets. Supply runs out, price is going to go up. Grab some supply. When price goes up, nail them. Hit it. Right? You know there's going to be sellers at 3.5. Get out at 3.5. Right? You don't need to overcomplicate this. Right? You don't need to overcomplicate it. It's not a business that you need to overcomplicate. Okay? It's a simple business, and the business is the movement of inventory. Right? So, I just wanted to show you guys what is available that you can make money without, on a 3-point trade, you can make decent money. You don't have to get ridiculously greedy. Right? Now, once you get experience, of course, you can hold the trade longer while you're watching certain things. You know, like the offer is rising. The market came back right to where the sellers were, stopped selling, and went boom. There's the second leg of that trade. Right? There's so much information that these candle charts tell you that people overlook because they've been brainwashed with patterns and all sorts of stuff. But I tell you something, if you understand what business is taking place on the chart, it's going to put you ahead of 95% of your competition. Right? Yeah, right now, Fred, yeah, we got sellers here. You can see those two candles have the exact same top. Seller is here, my friend. There you go. There you go. Simplicity. There's a beauty in simplicity. Right? Just keep it simple so you can execute. No reason to overcomplicate anything. So, what are we going to do today? Last day of the month, we did a look below and fail. of yesterday's low. Inventory was long, then it got short. Now it's long. It went up and corrected, but we couldn't stay above the close. So there's quite a few sellers up at this 7-8 area. How do we trade today? So what's going on, folks? What are we doing? Are we in accumulation or distribution? We're in distribution still, right? If you look at these charts, this is your accumulation area, and this is your distribution. So we're still in distribution. No change until we take out the overnight low. It'd be nice to see some selling. Because we already had month end. We already marked this crazy thing up. We closed over 6,700. Right? Everything's marked to market nicely. So let's see what happens today. Expect it to be a little choppy off the open, okay? Now, yeah, we are creeping up. Let's go plot out where the sellers are. There you go, 8.5. Yeah. The thing is, you got to be able to explain your short bias, right? Mechanically. I like being short biased too, but there comes a point in time where reality has to set in, right? Unfortunately, most short sellers don't understand why this market is not built for them. They don't understand how the market works. So they're always shorting, and praying that there's a seller that's going to push it down and all these bad things are going to happen. That's cool. I have nothing against that. But when you do business, here's the problem with trading. The problem with retail trading is it's not grounded in business reality, right? The problem with retail trading is it's not grounded in business reality, which means people have all these great ideas, all these big ideas, but they don't actually have the business knowledge to back up the idea. That's kind of hard. So they're actually just out there doing crazy stuff like, I like shorting. Well, I don't care if I'm long or short as long as I'm in the direction of the market. So if I'm short, there better be a seller. I like turtles. Right? You gotta find a seller if you want a short. There's just there's no simple there is no simpler way to say it, right? You want to short something, a stock, anything, find a seller. Now there's a seller, right? Right? Fred said there's a seller at 8.5, and in true, there was a seller there. So if you were short 7.5, you put your stop at 8.5 because if you lose that seller, then your goose is home fried, right? Your goose is cooked. So you shorted 7.5, you put your stop here, then you put some bids here, right? Bid that thing at 4.75. See if you can get some product down here, because the position is underneath you. That's where there was resistance before. So there should be some bids here at 4.5, right? Think about your trades, my friends. Don't just blindly trade a market because some nudnik on Twitter told you to short it. if you're going to short a market, make sure that there's a seller, right? There's no point shorting a market unless sellers are competing. You need sellers to compete. Why? Because they lower price when they compete, right? It's not rocket science, right? That's why they call it a sale, right? Remember, it's a market, right? Stock market, futures market, bond market, not stock hot tub. A little bit of just common horse sense will really help you. Think before you make trades. Are we accumulating? Are we distributing? Are they marking down price? Are they marking up price? Right? And when I say they, I mean wholesale longs. When wholesale longs are marking up price, it means that they've seen buyers. And they're taking advantage of that. Right? Wouldn't you? I'd rather sell something at $6 than 5, right? Kind of seems simplistic, but it's true. Right? The simple fact of the thing is you don't hold price at a certain level if you can't sell at that price. This is what you guys got to get through your head. Don't worry about all this holding and pinning and all that stuff. If I got something for sale at $5 and no one's buying it, you can be damn sure I'm lowering the price. That's how business works. Okay? So if price is going up, that means buyers are willing to pay more and they're selling it. It's simple, guys. Right? It's simple. Right? It's so simple like a 5-year-old could understand that. Don't let your trading get so overcomplicated that you ignore reality and you're out there on Pluto making up stuff. Be smart about it. Right? Keep it simple so your execution can be simple. So you're not fumbling around. Right? So a lot of people you hear they're holding price here. They're only the price is set because the buyers are there. If those buyers start walking out of the store, you can be damn sure they're going to follow them out of the store and sell lower. Right? That's how business works. No market maker, no wholesale trader who's long 5,000 contracts, right? And it's trading at 6.25. If I'm a wholesale long and I got 5,000 contracts long, right? And you go to me, hey JJ, I can pay 5.5 for 1,000 contracts, and it's trading at 6.75, and you bid me 5.5 for size. I'm going to hit your bid so fast it makes your head spin. Right? So throw all that talk out about pinning and holding and all that stuff. It all happens to do with the business. Right? If the buyers are there, we'll sell them there. If the buyers aren't there, we're going to put it on sale. Because we're not going to sit around and hold thousands of contract of inventory and tie up our capital just to hold price up. That's not how life works. Right? You've got to put some common sense in your trading. Use common sense, my friends. Right? Don't get wrapped up with all these schlep rocks who make up shit, who've never worked on a trade desk, who've never traded size. Right? They're just full of it. So much BS that you see. It's a simple business. Buy some inventory, sell it at a higher price. Right? Buy some inventory, right? Sell it at a higher price. When you run out of buyers, you lower price and put it on sale. If it's a big sale, you're going to come back to your cost basis. Your cost basis is here, right? So you sell it right back down to cost basis. Yeah, that's why you use stops, OJ. And if your stops are getting hit all the time, you got to work on your trade location, my friend. I know exactly what you're going through because I went through it myself. And you always think, wow, those big stray orders take me out. It's because my trade location is in the wrong place. That's all it is. Of course they can sell past cost basis. Rosemark, if you had bought 1,000 bananas for 50 cents and you're selling them at a buck 50 a banana, and then you had to lower the price to $1, right? Maybe you've sold 500 of your 1,000 bananas, right? Now, you paid 50 cents for them. You're going to lower price all the way down to 50 to get rid of them before they go bad, right? Now, what happens if you have 200 left and you've hit your cost basis at 50 cents? Well, they're going to go bad, so they're going to be worth nothing, or you could blow them out at 30 cents. Now do you understand? So what inventory you have left, you'll blow it out below cost. That's how business works. Right? So right now we're just dancing on VWAP. The way it's trading right now, if we were to open now, look for chop. Right? Look for chop. Yeah, you maximize your profit on the available order flow. Sometimes the buying isn't there, folks, and you got to get rid of it. Right? You got to get rid of it. You got to turn that inventory back into capital. Sometimes you're going to take a hit, but that's business. Right? That's business. Sometimes you're not always going to make a profit. Hmm. A little bit of a seller here under VWAP. Let's see. Hmm. I anchor VWAP from just the Globex from 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I only anchor it once from session start, which is New York 6 p.m. And I let it run all the way through the day. You'd have to ask an accountant, Black Swan. I'm still a Canadian. 11 a.m., 11 p.m. UK. So it's the Globex Open or the Night Open. Globex for me is one session. I don't look at Asia and all of that stuff. I have a session at 7:30 in the morning which we call the London Open. But to be honest, to be fair, most of the volume in these contracts come from US traders. Canadian banks are closed today? What's the holiday? Oh, weird. I did not know that. Yeah, so I look at Globex or the night session as a 23-hour session, right? 6 p.m. Eastern Time, New York time, to 9:30 in the morning our time. You could see that the liquidation that we had, this liquidation came right here, right? To the cost basis of 2 days ago, right? All right, let's go work it and see what can we shake out this fine morning as September comes to an end. Hey, I'm listening. What's going on? Where are my Canadians? I didn't know Canadian banks were closed today. Okay. Whew. Might be a choppy one, folks. Might be a choppy one. National Day for Truth and Reconciliation. Okay, fine. I'll buy that for $1. They're celebrating me. National Paper Hanging Day. How much stock can you sell? Alrighty. We're chewing through those 8 sellers. Fred. Oh, OJ, I love Montreal. The only problem is Montreal in the winter is pretty rough. But it's a great city. Love Montreal. Let's go find the bid, shall we? I put the close in the wrong place. Look at me. There's the open. Let's see. Huge range this morning. Big 1 minute range. 2 points. I'm looking for 3.5. I'm looking for 3.5, but we've got to get through VWAP. There we go. There's 5. Come on down to Flavor Country at 3.5. Let's see. Some bids at 4.5. Thank you, Rasto. 9:45, we've got news, and 10 o'clock. What's up, Travis? Rotation higher, my friends. Rotation higher. No 3.5. Not much follow through. Let's bring it down to VWAP. Come on. Down. Okay. As you can see, it's pretty choppy. Nice work. Nice work, Howard. Yeah, I'm kind of looking for a correction to the upside. We already did a little bit before the open, Fred. Now, because it's the last day of the month and really nobody wants to do anything except get through this day, I don't think we're going to have a lot of follow through. Mike, that's hilarious. That's probably the biggest understatement you've ever had in the room there, Mikey. Canada in the winter is pretty rough. Canada in the winter is hell. Back down to VWAP. See, there's no follow through, Fred. There's the best we can hope for off of this open is a nice rotation, like we had yesterday. So there's that 3.5. We're tickling, gonna come down and tickle that. There you go, Mikey. Buy some, sell some, take your 9 points and run. Get while the getting's good. There's 3.5. I don't know. For some reason, even though inventory is kind of short, I'm short biased. Mind you, I'm short biased a lot. So if we break 3, you're looking for 66.98, or at least the bottom of the red zone there at 99.5. There, it's breaking it. Does that bring in buyers or sellers? There we go. A little bit of selling action. Now, the reason why I'm short biased is because all of that markup that we've done over the last 3 days going into the end of the quarter, now we don't have to do that. The window dressing time's over, you know? So they don't have to hold the market up. So if you're short, see, look at all these guys sucking up all that volume here. Right, you can see, look at the size. Right where the stop breaks, they came in for size. Now, we need to get past this. Come on, let's break 6,700. Come on. Looking for 99.5, ladies and gentlemen, if you are still short. Choppy, choppy, choppy. Do we have any, well, I suppose we'll start with earnings right away. Christmas tree breath. Thanks, Jeff. One green, one red. Let's see if there's a seller at 3.25. No, there isn't. Okay, so much for that idea. So when it's choppy like this, we know we have sellers at 9.5 and 8.5. We just need to find the bid so we can rotate. Once we find the bid, get a rotation going, then we can just trade that, right? Can just trade the rotation. Like we did yesterday. I don't know if you guys remember yesterday. Seems like a long time ago. Just trade the rotation. Rotations are nice. They give you distinct boundaries of where to engage. There's 99.5. I don't think they're done selling yet. Oh, about an hour ago, we had some bids down here. Let's see if we hold that area. Maybe this is our rotation. Tag the bottom of that red zone to the tick. Hey, Boxcar Willie, what's going on? I'd really like a look below and fail of 98, 99.5 if I was thinking about going long. Oh, but, damn, I might have missed this long. Yeah, I missed the long. That's okay. Moving a little slow this morning. So because I made what I like to make every day before the market opened, my whole mentality now is to protect that money and not blow it. So I will not trade mini, especially because it's the last day of the month. I'll scalp micro. And I'm looking for a responsive long. But I might be a little over eager to take the trade. There's some size building up here at 6,700. Take a little scalp. Oh, that's bad trade location. I'm long at 2.25, and that just was not. I'm going to scratch this. Well, it turned out I'm long one contract at 2.25, and I got out at 3.5, and that was pure luck. Not the greatest execution. I was a little high in price. Not the best execution. And to be fair, I got lucky on that. See if that's that four seller. Yeah, they're gone. Right back up to VWAP. If it holds 3.5, let's see if we can bring it under 3.5 and then take it back up. We might be able to get past VWAP if it creates enough buying. Seller at 3.5. It wasn't the most disciplined trade. I was kind of screwing around. I wasn't really focused. Feels like Friday already. Feels like month end on a Friday already. You know, those big short squeezes we have at the end of the quarter, they actually happen way better on a Friday because everybody races to cover. People are a little bit more brave when you got a month end on a Tuesday or a Monday or a Wednesday. You got some time to try and get out of trouble if you get into trouble for larger traders. Point of control moved down to two and change, two and a quarter. There it is, two and a half. I have to watch, OJ, I have to watch my discipline. I get undisciplined very quickly. I have to really stay on top of myself. Even after all these years, I tend to get lazy. Like I'll tend to get like mentally lazy and then execution wise I'll get lazy and that's a big problem. So I always have to like monitor myself to make sure that I don't this is a business as soon as you take it for granted or you get a little too cocky, wham. As soon as you get a little too cocky and start patting yourself on the back, you get a swift kick to the nards. It happens pretty quick too. This is just boring here. Okay, bids at 2, bids at 3. Seller at VWAP again. Okay. Up over VWAP, we're looking for 7.5, and then where we had all those sellers in the pre-market, they will still be there. Ah, the main reason I note POC shifting down or up is distribution and accumulation. So if the POC drops down like it just did to 6702, means they're soaking up all those liquidating contracts, Milan. And then see how it just moved up? That's distribution. So we just took that 6702 half and we've been selling it at 6707. See how it moved from, it was here and then it moved up? That's distribution. Basically, what they don't tell you is that all of these charts, whether it's a candle wax chart or a TPO chart or a itchy and scratchy chart or whatever kind of chart you use, all the chart is it's representing the movement of inventory, which is a fancy way of saying it's a sales chart. How are sales going this morning? Are they coming in hot and heavy? Great, let's raise price. Are we running out of buyers? We got to put it on sale. That's really all we're doing. That's why they call it making a market. You make the market, which means you set the price according to the customers that come in. What's up, Jam? There you go. 35 points off candles only. Now shut her down, man. Well done. Beautiful. Beautiful trading. That's exactly what I wanted for you. Beautiful. Nice work. Way to concentrate. Way to get it done. Now, like the song says, brother, take the money and run. Take the money and run. Beautiful. Soon you'll be doing that with 7 minis. Beautiful. Hey, Fred. You got Obsidian and timestamp add-on. I'm going to have to Google what that is, Fred. So you can easily, with a hotkey, current time and journal. Oh, really? Well, that sounds pretty fancy. Is that expensive? Damn, I didn't even know that existed. Very cool. From personal notes to journaling and knowledge bases. Well, that's pretty cool, man. Tech. It's free. Oh, now you're talking. Beautiful. Well done, Jem. Really well done. Way to focus. Way to focus. Way to focus. I noticed over the last couple of your days, your focus is getting better and better and better. That's good to see. Good to see. Looks like we've got a bit of a rotation. I'd say 9.5, 10 is the top. Now let's see where they sell it down to. Remember, we did the same thing yesterday. Remember, we had that same. Let me just hide this for a second. Yesterday, we did the kind of same thing. We had sellers here. And just want to find kind of a nice some lows. Let's try those two lows, right? Now I know I've got my balance zones set and everything, but if you just came in and started trading now, like I've been up since, geez, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I've been up since 4:30 in the morning. God knows why. Let's see if there's any reaction at 2.5. It breaks it. Does it come back up over it? Then you can go long. Right? So you're long 3, stop under 2, right? And see if you get a lift. Now VWAP is somewhere in this nonsense, right? So if I was long 3, I'd probably hit the 5s. I would have had offers out. Try to find that bottom. Wait for it. Let it sell off. I'll wait for the next candle. If you're uncomfortable with buying it, wait till it gets clears 3.5. Pay up. It's okay to pay up. Right. So let me see. If I buy 3.5 and 3/4, and I put my stop here, let's see if that holds. looks like I'm going to get stopped out. Whoop, I'm out. That's okay. Still trying to find that bottom. Maybe it's down here. It's weird. I think it is a coincidence. I think it is a coincidence. Don't quote me on that. I don't have the knowledge. So I'm long 2.5 this time. I'm going to put a 4 order out to see if I can get out at 4. I'm out at 4. And can I sell the other one at 4.25? I'm out at 4.25. That's not bad. Okay, so it worked. First time I screwed it up. Right, so the second time I bought 2 and sold 4. Jolts. Okay, Jolt Cola. All right, time for me to put the Dom away. Let's see what happens. Ugh. Thanks for the heads up, Truth. Ooh. Yeah, I am not fast enough to trade news today. I'll allow you guys to enter that mosh pit. No, thank you. Your Sierra froze? That's weird. That's not good. There we go. There's the liquidation. Looking for the previous day low. Took out that V stop. I don't see a trade just yet. Let's see. If we hold 99.5, look for rotation up to 3. Close. What did I say? 3? We're at 2.5, 2.75. Seller at 2.75. That's okay. Oh, there's 3. Front ran the previous day low. Nice. Well, that was a nice look below and fail. I did not take that. But we called it out. These are the kind of trades you want. You know, you scalp that little long. right? When it does a look above and fail, scalp the short. Okay, a little bit of news time. Let's get some shake and bake going here. It's been a very long A period, Ben. Indeed it has, my friend. Yeah, just back and forth today, Raj. Back and forth. Slow A period. Wow, it's almost done. It's been a long, seems like a very, very long half hour. Back to the open. Looking for 7.5. Look below and fail of 99.5. Looks for 7.5. First stop was 3.5. So now you get some rotations. Let's see how badly this jobs data screws it up. Jolt Cola, whatever they got going on here. Let's see. Hey, Mike, how are you? Take it up the upper stops. Let's see where they sell into it. Right to 11.5. Now, can we get over 11.5 and go get rid of all this product between 15 and 19? Consumer confidence? I don't know. Are you confident, Jeff? Are you out there spending money? Consuming? I bought a cigar cutter yesterday. $7. That was my big purchase. That was my big splurge. I spent $7 on a cigar cutter. Well, where's the next trade, folks? Where's the next trade? Oh, your son's getting married. Oh, that'll be expensive. Well done, G-Man. Good scalps. If we accept over 12, you're looking for 16, folks. Accepting over 12, you're looking for 16. Be careful on the short side until you find a seller. Make sure you find a seller. It's having trouble accepting over 12, isn't it? Oh, man. There's a lot of decent Dominican cigars that I like, OJ. But I haven't smoked in a long time. Don't tell my girlfriend. She'll kill me. She's out of town for a few months. I sneak a cigar every once in a while. All right, folks, we're looking for 12. We're looking for longs over 12. It's not really a breakout trade, but more of a slow creep. But we've got to stay over 10 for this all to work. If we lose that bid at 10, yeah, then we're going to have to wait. Come on. Nobody wants to work today. It's the last day of the month. Yeah. I'll wait. And I didn't call the look above and fail of 11. Sorry about that. That would have been a good look above and fail of 11.5. Oops. Dang it. Huh. And right back down to 4. Yeah, totally end of month. Yeah, I blew that. I was looking for a breakout. See, I got sucked in. I got suckered into the retail looking for a breakout. Nope. Should have been looking for the short. I thought we had more buying pressure than that. Okay, they got me. At least I didn't lose any money. Okay, another rotation, folks. Another rotation. There's actually not bad trades. So if I miss the short, now I am listening. Let's look for the long. Yeah, stuck in the middle. Jeez. Okay. Patience is the order of the day. Yeah, just big rotations, huh? The way I am today, I'm really glad that I got that one trade out of the way. Also, I don't know about you guys, but I find, well, because I've been up since 4 in the morning, by this time of day, I'm starting to get a little punchy with my execution. I'll start making mistakes and things. That's why I generally, you don't see me after this session. I go try and get some exercise or something. Try and get some oxygen up to my brain. Nice work, Dustin. Short 5 half. That's good trade location. Yeah. As we get down to yesterday's low, look for your cover. Let's see. I'm long one. That's 67.01. And I offered it out at 3.25. And I'm out. Yeah, I used to have stamina, $6 million man, because in the old days you had to like work the full day, right? Especially when you're working a deal, like and you're in control of the stock, you got to be on it. You're on it from pre-open, right? So you're on it like when I lived in Vancouver, I'd have to be on from 5 in the morning till like 1 in the afternoon. Hey, Ayo, what's going on? Just trading rotations, Ayo. I missed a nice short. It required a lot of coffee. The thing was, you weren't active every day, right? So like say we had a advertising campaign going out on the stock, a promo campaign. Then you're active. You're active on the stock every single trade you're watching. right? And you're doing that all day, no interruptions at all. And that's not healthy. I wish we had standing desks back then. And you're on the phone with people all day, right? You're moving market makers around the screen, you're doing all sorts of stuff. But that doesn't last. It goes in like bursts of 3, 4 days and then it slows down. Uh, yeah, it's the last day of the month, Colin. So don't really pin your hopes on anything just yet. Just kind of cruise through it and take it easy. If you've had a good week, right? So far, I'd just probably just take today off instead of seeing if today. I don't know if 94 is going to be the low. It could be, but I wouldn't bet on it. I wouldn't put money on it because it's still really early in the day. I'm I'm a very, very risk off person. I'm risk on for when it has to be risk on, and then I'm gone. Right? As soon as I make my money, I pull my hands out of there and I just like, eh. Like I'll scalp the micro with you guys, right? Just to take some trades. But as soon as I make my daily what I'm trying to make every day, that money is not coming back out, right? Like when I make money in this market, it screams because it knows it's not going to see the light of day ever again, right? When that money goes into my brokerage account or a client's brokerage account, it screams because it's never seeing the light of day again. Right? Once you make money in this business, I don't give it back. That's just it goes against every fiber of my being to give money back. It's just not done. The thing is, we fight so hard to get profitable. It takes so long to learn how to do this. It drives you crazy. It requires all your mental energy, right? The last thing you want to do is fight and fight and fight for it and then give it back. No. No, 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 no. Good stuff, Jam. Yeah, that's okay. I am listening. So we're just rotating here. Just rotations, right? Boom, 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 boom. Look above and fail. Look below and fail. That's all you got to do is just trade the red zone. Don't worry, it's going to pick up, right? The last quarter, it'll pick up. If you are long, look for 10.5. I think those sellers will still be there. Well, folks, see. Can we take out the highs? We ready for prime time? Do we have enough inventory to go sell it up here? Right? Do we have enough inventory to take this and go sell it here? See how quick you can lose everything? I guess so. Like, you work in the industry, you know how quickly we can lose money. Right? Brian Hunter made $9 billion disappear. I think we I think we know that you could lose money very, very quickly. Uh, yeah, sellers are at 10.5 again. We looked above it, found the seller. See, when I worked on the desk, like making major errors was something like blowing up an account. Well, that kind of thing, or you really didn't want that getting around, right? You didn't want your clients to ever found out that you've blown up an account because it just makes you look like a schmuck, right? And then they're not going to trust you. You're not going to get any business. So that's why I have this huge aversion to blowing up accounts where everybody is like, yeah, yeah, dum de dum de dum de dum, right? It's like it was looked down upon, and it still is. Right? How do you recover from a $9 billion loss? You go on vacation, and then you come back and set up another hedge fund. That's what hedge fund managers do. As long as they don't get thrown in jail, they can just set up another hedge fund. That's generally what really wealthy people do is when they blow up hedge funds, they go to France. No, this guy in question tried to corner the natural gas market, and it didn't go well. Exactly, Fred. When building proper business habits, you will not blow up your accounts. You will not. The funniest thing about that Brian Hunter story, because I'm slow, it's slow. I got to tell a story. They had Julian Robertson on Bloomberg when he was alive. Now, Julian Robertson, very famous hedge fund manager. I think Hunter had worked. I think Hunter was one of the Tiger Cubs, if I'm not mistaken, or was that Bill Wang? Anyway, the whole thing, Julian Robertson, all he said was he just kept focusing on the fact that Brian Hunter was driving around Calgary, Alberta in a Bentley. And he's like, he was driving a Bentley in Canada. Can you imagine? He's driving a Bentley. Now that's a problem. And I was like, wait a minute, does Julian Robertson, does he think that we don't have roads in Canada? He was just blown away that somebody could own a Bentley in Canada. It's like, I don't think he's been up here. It was the funniest thing. We were laughing so hard. He was just astounded that anybody in Canada would own a Bentley. Like, there's no roads. So you've got a pickup truck and you put your polar bear in the back and off you go. Like the audacity to have a Bentley in Canada. Okay. You know what? I bet you as soon as I get off this stream in 7 minutes, this thing's gonna go, it's gonna rip. And I thank everyone for being on the stream and putting up with the boredom. I think we'll all have a good fourth quarter, folks. I think it's going to be a good fourth quarter. I think there'll be lots of action. At least that's what I'm hoping. Well, this is about as boring as watching paint dry. This is crazy. A couple of good trades here and there. I don't know. I thought that was the funniest thing I ever saw. This old guy going, it's like the audacity for a Canadian to own a Bentley. It doesn't take much to keep me amused, truth be told. Good stuff, Jam. That's good. Keep it that way. Just keep it that way. Focus and do your thing, man. You've been working hard at it. Just focus in, dig in. Make your money and get out. Yeah, I don't know what that character is doing, Tilt. I wonder what happened to him. I think he's out now. He must be up to something. Guys like him never die. I think it'll be a good quarter. I think it'll be a challenging quarter, but a good quarter. And I invite you all to come join us at the trading syndicates as we chop our way through this quarter. Thank you all for being with us. And yeah, we trade, and thanks for bringing that up, Mike. We don't just trade ES, we have NQ traders and CL traders, and we have whatever your passion is. We have a product. We've got Bitcoin, even that crazy sports betting stuff. We have people who do that. I don't know how that works though, but they seem to enjoy it. So come check us out at the Trading Syndicate. And like I said this morning, we're going to have a lot of interesting things going on in the room. I already did a journaling webinar, but we'll have a lot of deep dives this year to help you guys get profitable, stay profitable. Has to be done. The coin of bitterness? I don't know, Mike. Your guess is as good as mine. You're one of the 0 and 1 mafia. You should know more than I do about that thing. We're stuck at that 113K area. We'll see. Yeah, I want to do a couple of sessions on equities as well. Um, if you guys are interested, let me know. We'll get some equity traders. Steve has that 9 EMA strategy that seems to work really nicely. Um, my focus is on trading structure, so maybe we can combine those two, make it work for you guys. SEC filings, sure. We'll do one on SEC filings if you want. How to tear them apart, how to cut through the fog. Hey Johnny, what time is it in the Philippines? Is it late at night there? If it is, thanks for joining us. We appreciate that. Yeah, just let me know. It's going to be we're going to end this year on a good note, right? As we rob from institutional and give to retail. That's what we're going to be doing this year and next year. We just rob from institutional and give to retail. That's our goal. Thanks, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Be safe out there. If you need any help, reach out. I'm around. I'm JJ, and this is the tradingsyndicate.org. Once again, thank you very much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Have a great trading day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.